Technological controls. Technological controls A8.1. A8.1 user endpoint devices. Information stored on, processed by, or accessible via user endpoint devices shall be protected. Technological controls A8.1. To audit, first, review policies and procedures for endpoint security. Ensure comprehensive endpoint security policies are in place, covering encryption, authentication, and access control. Verify compliance with industry standards such as ISO 27001, GDPR, and NIST 853. Technological controls A8.1. To audit, second, verify endpoint device inventory. Maintain a detailed inventory of all endpoint devices, including device type, serial number, and operating system. Ensure proper disposal and decommissioning of devices, including secure data wiping. Technological controls A8.1. To audit, third, check for device configuration and security settings. Confirm that devices have essential security settings like disk encryption, antivirus, and security patches enabled. Verify that firewall settings and device configuration profiles enforce security protocols such as restricting USB ports and software installations. Technological controls A8.1. To audit, fourth, evaluate access control and authentication mechanisms. Ensure strong password policies and multi-factor authentication, MFA, are enforced on endpoint devices. Implement role-based access control, RBAC, to restrict access to sensitive data based on user roles. Technological controls A8.1. To audit, 5. Inspect mobile device management, MDM policies. Ensure remote wipe capabilities are enabled for lost or stolen mobile devices to prevent unauthorized access. Verify that mobile devices comply with security policies such as encryption, password protection, and application whitelisting. Technological controls A8.2. A8.2 Privileged access rights. The allocation and use of privileged access rights shall be restricted and managed. Technological controls A8.2. To audit, first, review policies and procedures for privileged access management. Ensure a formal policy exists with clear definitions of privileged access, controls for least privilege, and procedures for granting, reviewing, and revoking access. Periodically audit privileged access to ensure compliance and incorporate multi-factor authentication, MFA, for privileged accounts. Technological controls A8.2. To audit, 2. Verify the process for granting privileged access. Implement a formal request and approval process for privileged access, including necessary managerial approval and a documented workflow. Ensure that access is granted based on clear, documented needs with checks for justification and necessity. Technological controls A8.2. To audit, 3. Evaluate the use of privileged access management, PAM solutions. Conduct periodic access reviews, quarterly or biannually, to ensure that only authorized personnel retain privileged access. Implement automatic reviews upon role changes or employee termination to promptly revoke unnecessary access. Technological controls A8.2. To audit, 4th, evaluate the use of privileged access management, PAM solutions. Utilize privileged access management, PAM tools to enforce access policies, including secure storage of credentials and session monitoring. Ensure automated password rotation, audit trails, and alerts for suspicious activities are part of the PAM solution. Technological controls A8.2. To audit, 5. Verify the use of multi-factor authentication, MFA. Require multi-factor authentication, MFA, for accessing privileged accounts, especially for high-risk systems like administrative consoles and root accounts. Ensure MFA methods, such as biometrics or one-time passcodes, are employed to strengthen privileged access security.